Did you know that a single teaspoon of healthy soil contains more microorganisms than there are people on the entire planet? That's right. Your garden's soil is practically an entire universe under your feet, brimming with tiny helpers that feed your plants. While most of us just scratch the surface, literally, of our garden's potential, there's a wealth of nutrients hidden deep down below. If you're missing out on these buried treasures, you're making a huge mistake. Today, on Don't Do This Guide, we're diving deep, literally, into the soil, exploring how to tap into these subterranean gold mines and unlock the power of deep soil nutrients for your plants. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know the secrets to helping your garden flourish like never before. If you find value in what you learn, don't forget to give this video a like and consider subscribing to support this channel and discover more ways to make your garden thrive. Now, you might be thinking soil is just soil, right? But just like a good cake, it's all about the layers. Each layer has its own story and unique properties. The topsoil is full of organic matter and life. It's where most feeder roots do their work. Beneath that is the subsoil, quieter but mineral-rich. This layer holds on to minerals. We want to coax it into sharing its riches. And then there's the bedrock, the foundation. It plays a vital role in drainage and provides minerals. Understanding these layers unlocks your garden's potential. Now imagine for a moment you're a plant. Not just any plant, mind you, but a magnificent oak, its roots delving deep into the earth. That's the kind of strength and resilience we want for all our plants. Deep roots are the key to unlocking those hidden nutrient reserves in the lower soil layers. They act like thirsty straws, drawing up water and nutrients from depths that shallow-rooted plants can only dream of. So how do we encourage this subterranean exploration? Well, it starts with good watering practices. And by good, I mean deep, infrequent watering. This encourages roots to stretch down in search of moisture, rather than staying at the surface, sipping from a shallow puddle. Then there are soil amendments. Adding organic matter like well-rotted manure or compost is like tucking your soil in with a warm blanket. It improves drainage, aeration, and provides a veritable feast for those beneficial soil microorganisms. Now, let's delve into the fascinating world of soil microbes. These microscopic marvels are the lifeblood of your garden, the unseen workforce that transforms dead matter into plant-available nutrients. Think of your soil as a bustling city, and the microbes are its inhabitants, each with its own job, its own role to play in the grand scheme of things. You've got your bacteria, your fungi, your protozoa, a whole menagerie of minuscule creatures beavering away beneath the surface. And what do these tiny tenants want in return for their hard work? Well, just like us, they need food, water, and air. That means providing them with plenty of organic matter to munch on, ensuring good soil drainage, and avoiding compaction like the plague. One of the best ways to encourage a thriving microbial community is to avoid tilling the soil too much. Tilling is a bit like shaking up a beehive. It disrupts the delicate balance of the soil ecosystem and can set back your microbial populations. Now let's talk about those mineral reserves locked away in the deeper layers of your soil, the ones that most plants can't quite reach. It's like having a treasure chest buried in your backyard, but you don't have the key. But fear not, for there are ways to unlock these hidden riches. One way is by planting deep-rooted plants like comfrey or alfalfa. These act as dynamic accumulators, their roots burrowing deep into the subsoil and pulling up those valuable minerals. Once these plants have done their work, you can cut them back and use the leaves and stems as a nutrient-rich mulch or compost them to release those minerals back into the topsoil, making them available to shallower-rooted plants. Another way to access these deeper reserves is by using cover crops. These are plants that aren't grown for harvest, but rather to improve the soil. Some cover crops, like daikon radish, have deep tap roots that can penetrate compacted layers, bringing up nutrients and improving drainage. Let's design our gardens to make the most of deep soil nutrients. It's about what, how, and where we plant. Raised beds maximize soil depth. They provide a deep, fertile root zone. Deep planting encourages extensive root systems. Plant crops like tomatoes deeper. This helps them access more nutrients. Vertical gardening maximizes space. Vining crops thrive in this method. Your garden is your canvas. Be creative and let it thrive. Now, more than ever, it's crucial to create gardens that are resilient in the face of our changing climate. Extreme weather events like droughts and heat waves are becoming increasingly common, putting stress on our plants. But here's the good news. Deep, healthy soil acts like a giant sponge, holding on to moisture and providing a buffer against these extreme conditions. Plants with deep root systems are better able to withstand drought because they can access water reserves deeper in the soil. They're also less susceptible to temperature fluctuations because the soil acts as an insulator, moderating the temperature around their roots. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Building healthy soil is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about playing the long game, making small, consistent improvements year after year. One of the best ways to do this is by incorporating crop rotation into your gardening practices. This involves planting different crops in the same area each year, which helps to interrupt pest and disease cycles and improve soil fertility. For instance, you could follow a nitrogen-fixing legume, like peas or beans, with a heavy feeder, like tomatoes or squash. The legumes will add nitrogen to the soil, which the following crop can then utilize. Another important aspect of long-term soil health is adding organic matter. This could be in the form of compost, manure, leaf mold, or even just leaving your grass clippings on the lawn. Organic matter feeds the soil food web, improves soil structure, and helps to retain moisture. Now, we've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the layers of the soil to harnessing the power of microbes. But knowledge without action is like a seed unplanted. It holds potential but won't flourish without effort. So I urge you to take what you've learned today and put it into practice in your own gardens. Start by assessing your soil. Dig down a bit, get to know its texture, its moisture level, its structure. This will give you a baseline from which to work. Next, think about how you can encourage deeper root growth in your plants. Are you watering deeply and infrequently? Are you amending your soil with plenty of organic matter? And don't forget about those soil microbes. Feed them, nurture them, and watch as your soil comes alive with activity. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time. So don't be afraid to experiment, to get your hands dirty, and to learn as you go. If you've learned something new today, maybe that you shouldn't settle for surface-level gardening, smash that like button. And if you want more tips on gardening smarter, not harder, subscribe to Don't Do This Guide. I post regular insights, how-tos, and in-depth explorations of what not to do so that you can skip the trial and error and grow a thriving garden with confidence. Your support helps me continue bringing you valuable content and digging deeper, literally, into the secrets of a successful garden. Remember, the soil is alive, and it's more than just a thin layer of brown stuff beneath your feet. Treat it like the living ecosystem it is, and it will reward you with healthier plants, bigger harvests, and the joy of watching your garden flourish through the seasons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.